tryna make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, for the record.
What's up, it's your girl Niecy
and your girl Lala,
and we are back with another Rosebud Shop Talk.
Hey.
And the discussion that we are going to get into today is about how Aunt Becky and Felicity freaking frauded like damn near $500,000. I think Aunt Becky now,
yeah,
and her husband, and they might not be looking at jail time.
Yeah, this whole college scandal.
And how that pertains to white privilege and having money.
And just the fact that you just don't need to cheat the system. Just because you have money does not mean that, you know, you have to use it in ways like that. You know, like, you're cheating the system 100% with, you know, I mean, I'm talking like, they were bribing coaches, admissions, like they were doing a lot. And it wasn't just like a, hey, can you know this person? Can you just help my kid get into this school? It was like, nah, we're going to pay your way because we got the money to do it.
But what made it worse is it actually came out, and if I can find the clip, I will add it, where Becky was doing an interview, and she said that she didn't want her daughter to have to work hard. She said it.
And I want to be a size 2. But hey, if I had the money, I guess I could pay for it, right?
You could.
I could. Look, I could buy me a booty. I could buy me a booty.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is, you can maneuver in cosmetically surgery your entire body as much as you want to. She committed fraud.
Yeah,
because
that's not illegal. Yeah,
she caused other people who were deserving and actually put in the work and really like met the requirements to get into the school. She took 2 positions away from 2 people.
Yeah,
that deserved it just to get her daughters in school. Who one of them, I think her name is Olivia. I can't remember, but one of them literally like said that she didn't even want to go to college, and that the only reason she was there for the college parties.
Yeah. And then they wonder why their kids go off and have drug addictions and end up overdosing and have all these issues. You know, because they're privileged. They're privileged and they pay their way, you know.
Well, but see, my thing is, you do have those parents. Don't get me wrong. You do have those parents who, even though they have money, they make their kids work for stuff. They make their kids, like, earn it. They're not going to sit there and just hand it to you because they have it. Like, you have, who was it? I think it was Steve Jobs or somebody. I can't remember who died, and they gave all their money.
Right.
Yeah, they gave all their money to, they gave all their money to, they didn't give their kids nothing.
But that's very few and far in between, because people want to be liked. They want to keep up with the Joneses. They want to, you know, certain things and certain aspects. You know, people they like to name call. You know, my kid went to Harvard. My kid went to Stanford. My kid this, and that. My kid, you know, blah, blah. You know, and so I think that, I know that has a lot to do with it at the same time, because, I mean, these colleges that these kids are going to, I mean, my thing is, the fact that your child couldn't even, you got sit-ins for SATs.
It's not even just that, though, because, like, with all this money that you spent to bribe them into the school, why wouldn't you put that into backing them with tutors,
right,
and backing them with, like, getting the tools that they need to be able to do it themselves? Because it's like, you can sit here and bribe them all day long, but you can't bribe, well, I guess you can in certain situations, but you might not be able to bribe them into that job that they really want, that they needed school for, that they barely studied, and you get what I'm saying? Like, because one of the daughters barely was at school. She just mainly went for the parties.
Girl, but these kids not going out to get no damn job. A lot of them are going out and working for mom or working for dad or working for a friend that they know or whatever. Like, that's not a must. You know?
Yeah. Well,
like you said,
if that's the case, then you ain't got to sit there and take the opportunity away from another person who ain't got the same means as you.
Yeah, but people don't be worried about that. They be worried about them and them getting theirs and their child.
And like, the reason I sit there and I call it white privilege is because, let's be real, like I said, she might not be looking at time, but think about somebody like Wesley Snipes. He had money. He wasn't paying the government, right? Mm-hmm. He saw jail.
Mm-hmm. But we talking about a black man here. Come on now.
But that's why I sat there and said I was all like, because most people would try to say, oh, well, that's not the same because that's more privilege because they have money and this, that, and the other. But it's like, well, there's black people with money.
Oh, yeah.
Who lived a privileged life, too. Because their parents went out there and worked and got it. Or they went out there and worked and got it. But when they sit there and they commit fraud or they do anything against the government, they go to prison.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand how people don't see the difference in that. But people want to make it seem like there's people who believe racism isn't happening today.
People like who? You talking about white folks?
Not even just white folks. You have some black folks who are sitting here like, racism isn't happening today because I don't experience it. Like, it's sad. It's real sad.
I don't know. Well, girl, I don't know where the hell they live. It's a rock they live under. But yeah. I mean that's what we get in today's society, you know, and you have these entitled people that are entitled children that grow up to be people and adults, and then it carries on from there, you know, and then that's going to shed on their offspring and who they continue to bring up, you know, and so that's just, you know, a vicious cycle, you know, of what's the deal with.
I mean, but it just kind of, like, if you really think about it, though, like, I would really sit there and... My thing is, I don't understand why you would... I understand wanting to give your kids the life that you've never lived, but at the same time, why wouldn't you make them, like, humble about it? Why wouldn't you make them earn it? Why wouldn't you make them see, you gotta work hard to have this. This is just ain't gonna be something that's handed to you.
Because, like I said, they want to be in the fact of, you know, the pristine and the prestigious and, you know...
But what's that got to do with you sitting here teaching your kids to be humble? Like
nothing. Be real. Because they're not concerned about that.
Because like I sat here and said, somebody...
They got different type of problems that we don't know nothing about. And I just think when it comes to that stature, you know, life is just completely different for them. And things that worry us, like, you know, they don't worry about. Or things that may worry them, you know, it's like, to us, it's like not that big of a deal. You know, so...
I mean, I guess I understand there's a difference, but, like, the way I sit here and look at it, I'm not going to say they don't have struggles in their life, but I don't see no struggle to where you can't sit here.
It's different.
I don't see what struggle is big enough for you to sit here and fraud. Like, when you got money, you commit fraud just to get your kids in school when you can sit, because you want to be able to say your kids went to a certain school, when you can sit here and give them the tools that they need to not only be able to get into that,
but you know, sometimes
school, but then do something
just don't have it. And sometimes your child is just not the sharpest tool in the shed.
And if that's the case, it's like, instead of sitting here and worried about a whole scandal like this, because like, you know, they sat here and said supposedly, like, they just accidentally ran across this. They weren't even looking for this.
No, they weren't, because they were investigating a whole nother incident, I believe, with another fraudulent case with a nonprofit organization, and came across him.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He sung like a goddamn bird, girl. Oh, y'all coming with me. I'm going. Everybody call the list. Check off the list.
But no, it's the one thing there, because like, if literally think about it, they're sitting here saying this man looking at 65 years.
That's what my friend said. She said, I sing too. She said, I'm singing. She said, call me call me Takashi.
Everybody.
Right. Girl. No, I mean, I don't know. But like I said, but that's the difference between black folks and white folks. But then again, I don't know, because some niggas don't tell. You know, so I don't know.
You think that if I'm looking at 65 years,
I mean, to be honest with you, the way I sit here and look at it is, but see, I kind of was raised a little bit different. The whole thing is like, you commit a crime, that's your crime. You get caught, you deal with it yourself.
But you know what? Life don't go like
Damn.
that. It don't go like that anymore because niggas is singing now.
It would have happened anyway. It's a paper trail.
It is, and so, but he cooperated. You know, so he could choose not to because he was gonna get the time anyway.
Yeah.
And that's my whole thing. You know, when you already doing time and you already lined up and you already gonna take that ride, go ahead and take that ride by yourself.
Well, I mean, they gonna get theirs anyway because, like you sat there and said, there was a paper trail anyway. So of course they gonna follow the paper trail and they gonna knock everybody down as they go. But the thing is, all he did is make it. Because guarantee you,
really, boy?
since he cooperated,
you better not eat another snack in here. All the crumbs.
But really, if you really think about what I'm about to say,
look,
they could have followed the paper trail. They could have followed the paper trail, right?
Right.
But because he sung like a canary and made it easy for them, he gonna get some time knocked off that 65 years. He look at it. That's why he sung. He like, look, I know they gonna find out anyway. Right. So instead of me sitting here taking this full 65, I go ahead and sing like a canary, make it easy for them, and I might do 25 to 35.
But my thing is,
this is considered federal.
this is federal.
Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna say. So yeah, he got to do his percentage. So yeah, he's going for a long time. But even still, like, I don't know.
Because you know in federal, you don't get no parole.
No,
there ain't no such thing. You do all your time. So
yeah,
he looking at 65.
and my thing is, I mean, shit, he old anyway. Just go ahead and take that ride.
I mean, but let's be real though. At the same time, people are like, yeah, he's a snitch. Don't get me wrong. But I ain't mad at it because, like, at the end of the day, like, you got rich people out here literally breaking the law and, like, doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
So I ain't mad at for their kids.
I ain't mad at
somebody like us.
They've been locking our ass up long enough. So I ain't mad at it.
Like, we can do way less than that and be put in prison. So, like, why not sit here and lock this man up? And he gonna be living good in prison anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So,
more than likely.
What's wrong with going ahead and snitching and putting it out there? What's going on? 'Cause at the same time, like I sat here and said, these rich people in the situation were taken away from kids who aren't privileged like that, who worked and they, you know, busted their ass to get the scores that they needed to get to qualify for a free ride or you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You took their opportunity away to put in two girls who really didn't even care about it.
Yeah. Did they even get a degree after all of this?
No, they dropped out.
Then that's a complete waste.
They literally dropped out when this whole scandal
But like I
happened.
said, it didn't matter to them anyway, and they were only doing it because of the fact of their parents. So my thing is, there's no value there. You know, there's no appreciation there. So of course, you know, but I'm sure even after everything was said and done, being that everything was fraudulent and they couldn't even, you know, pass the SAT or the ACT or
they literally, their parents literally paid to have pictures taken so that they
and how
look
you
like
so
they were on a
stupid?
road team.
Your mama pay for you to have somebody to come in and take the damn SAT for you, and your dumb ass show up on the same day that the sitting already in the class. Your person, you got somebody here ready to take the test for you in your seat, and here you come. Girl, just a dummy.
But that's the thing is, like, I feel like when you make your children, like, when you just hand them everything, they don't know. Like, I'm like, you set them up for failure. Yeah, I'm like, you set them up for failure because, like, literally, like, you haven't sat here, you, like, cheated and done so much to get your child everything that they wanted, handed it to them and didn't make them work, that they don't even know the basics, like, in a situation where you don't show up. Like, hey, somebody is going to go take the test for you. If somebody's going to go take the test for you, don't go.
Right.
Because how you going to explain there's two of you?
No common sense.
And then, like, literally, it makes me so mad because I'm like, they only cared about, like, especially, like, the Olivia chick, she only cared about YouTube. She only cared about traveling. She didn't care about school. She only went for the parties. But there was somebody who was more deserving, who really would have wanted to go there and, like, apply themselves and get that degree and become so much more. And they were probably going to be the first in their family to do it. Because they don't come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they put in them time, they put in them efforts, they put in like them hours of study, like them sleepless nights, all for you to be able to take that away from them because you got money.
This ain't nothing but not even, it don't even scratch the surface. Because, I mean, there are people that slave every day. I mean, there are people that are highly educated, black people that are highly educated, that have put their blood, sweat, and tears into their education and their background, all just to find out that, you know, you go somewhere and you apply for a job and someone who is way less educated than you, who doesn't even know what they're doing, gets hired all on the simple fact that they're white and they know somebody that works in that company or whatever the case is, you know. And so that's, like I said, this happens every day. This is just a small little segment that we didn't happen to find out about, and it's gonna be what it is right now, and it's gonna be big for a little while, and then here in another month it's gonna be gone. You know.
I don't know if you're gonna go. I think they need to go to jail. So I want to know if they need to go to prison.
I mean, I agree. I mean, you know, so
I'm like, I really hope they go to prison because, like, literally, if they don't, then you're setting a precedent that if you got money, you can do whatever you want to, and nothing will happen to you.
They're not gonna go to jail. No, they gonna probably
get a whole slap on the wrist.
Yeah, make them, girl, who knows, do some type of community service or make them pay some fines and fees that don't
What's
even
gonna run their
scratch
pockets
nothing.
is attorney's fees.
Girl,
that's about it.
That ain't gonna look. That ain't even gonna dent their pockets. You know, so
they're not.
So the bigger issue and problem is the justice system. Mm-hmm. What do you do in these situations, and who's the judge on this case? Who's going to make sure that justice is served in this situation? You know,
but
who are you going to hold accountable? Oh boy.
Again, they say that the justice system is corrupt because there's money that circulates through the justice system.
And look,
you know how many people they can pay off.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, and we talk about like 1%ers here. You know, there's people that mad rich, like money. Can't even imagine.
He couldn't get out of it because he was his name was directly brought in.
Right.
Who? The guy that really just put everything
I can't think his first name, but his last name is
Spring.
The guy that just really.
Well, he couldn't get out of it because he was the one that was really
passing my phone,
setting it up and doing all the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they paying you, but
did y'all hear about the coach at UT?
Yeah, that was
it too.
That was bribing kids,
getting paid off to get kids in on like different type of scholarships and
girl,
stuff like that. I was like, damn,
buying kids cars and stuff. Girl, my brother-in-law, my husband's brother, he's going through that right now because he's been scouting, and girl, they come hard. Like they want these kids, like, which is, I mean, so crazy. But the things that they do, you know.
They put their body through a lot, though.
They do, you know, but it's just like, girl, they treating you like, I'm talking.
They treat you like you property.
They treat you like royalty. And
you
like
are
to get you
right.
But once you get there, you just another slave ship to do.
Right.
But that's why my brother went through this.
Girl.
But see, that's why I sit there and I say, I'm like, you gotta, like, me personally, like, the way I sit here and look at it is like, it's not at these big schools, like, they're not gonna treat you right. It might be that smaller school that most people don't, you know what I'm saying? The school that you might put on the map is the school that you need to be looking at, because they actually gonna be honest about it. Like, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
The small town kids,
yeah,
big, and
exactly, like, it's all sad though.
For the record, been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it.